Welcome back to Invitation to Puzzles, where we try to help you get used to the wide world of puzzles and introduce you to a whole bunch of different kinds of puzzles and help you get comfortable, hopefully solving them. There's a link below if you would like to solve the puzzle yourself. But let us get started for now. So this is an Akari. Akaris are weird in that they're not sort of a standard. They're a standard genre, but they are not like any other genre that I am aware of. And so what we're going to be doing in Akari is we're going to be placing these lanterns in the grid. And the lanterns light up a bunch of cells. In fact, they light up every cell in every row and column that is in up until it hits a black cell. And so, again, Puzzlink is super nice. It shows you very clearly exactly what that is doing. Now, your goal here is to light up every cell that is white in the initial grid. So I don't have to light the clues. I don't care about that. But I've got to light up light up all the cells in the grid. And I've got to do that non-redundantly. So I'm specifically not allowed to do this because now I've lit these cells twice. Basically, you can't light a light, is what this rule is saying. And so my whole goal is just to figure out where to put the lights. And each of the clues in an Akari, what it is telling me is how many of the orthogonally adjacent cells have a light. So here I'm saying there are no lights in these 3 cells. And you can mark that with circles here. Circles in this instance mean no light here. Okay. One thing that you might contemplate is what these 1-1s look like. Anytime you see a puzzle where you see the same pattern has shown up a couple times in the grid, it's worth asking yourself what it's doing. And so what this 1-1 is doing here is it's guaranteeing to me that one of these 2 cells is a light. Because if neither of these 2 cells was a light, then both of these would be lights. Those lights would see each other. The puzzle would break. So one of these 2 is a light, which means that every other cell in this row is already lit by whichever of those 2 is a light. And the same thing is true here, because again, if neither of these were a light, both of those would be a light. Can't do that either. And so all of those are lit. Likewise, you can do the same thing in this row, and the same thing in this row, just to say I know one of these 2 is lit, and I know one of these 2 is lit by sort of repeating the pattern that we had over there. Now also, by the same token, remember I know one of these 2 is lit, and I know one of these 2 is lit. And they can't be across from each other. I can't do that, because remember the lights cannot see each other. So it's either those 2, or it's these 2. Either way, all 4 of those are definitely lit. Okay. Now, one of the arts that you can also consider is commonalities. That is, if I sort of think about all the possible ways to do this 2 lights, well, I know it's 2 of these 3. Well, no matter which 2 of those I choose, I'm definitely choosing one of these 2, so I definitely can't put a light there. This cell's definitely lit by one of those 2. And this cell is definitely lit by one of those 2. Okay, and I can repeat that over there and over there. So that I can sort of make that specific note. Okay. This one doesn't have any commonalities like that. This one doesn't have any commonalities like that either. Okay, so here is another thing that I see now, looking at that, so sort of talking through that, is I can't actually light both of these. This is the 2 out of 3 rule that I talk about in a lot of videos. If I light both of these, I make the one impossible. And so if I can't light both of those, because I would make the one impossible, I could not put a light anywhere next to the one anymore, then I have to light this one. Because if I don't light that one, again, I'm obligated to light both of those. Okay, and so as soon as I do that, that greens all of those. And so now the 2 here is completely forced. Namely, there's only 2 cells next to it that could be lights. So those are lights. Okay. Now, you should be looking, kind of, if you think about this in terms of like actual light, you should be looking in your corners for places that are very difficult to light. And so, for example, this corner down here is getting quite difficult to light. In particular, this cell is nigh unto impossible to light. In fact, the only way that you can light this cell is to place a light right on top of it. If you just look at the cell, sort of the plus sign around the cell, the only place that can be lit from is itself. So we get that light as well. Okay. Now, this 2 now is done, so that light goes in, because now that can't be lit, remember? Okay, and now this 1, you don't, by the way, have to put dots inside the light ones, but I am just doing it because it is making me happy. This 1 now is forced to light there, like that. Because now the 1 is sort of set up, and so now this one up here now needs to be lit like that. And so now that's going to create a cascading chain through the center of the puzzle, because now that one's going to have to be done like this, this one's going to have to be done like this, this one's going to have to be done like this, and this one's going to have to be done like that, to sort of take care of everything that we have there. We have another cell here that can only be lit by itself. The entire rest of the plus sign is already in lights. This cell can only be lit from one place, actually, but that one place isn't itself. So don't assume that the only cells you're going to see are going to be places where they can only be lit by themselves. This can only be lit from this cell. If you look at the whole plus sign around it, if you look at the whole plus sign around this, the only place it can be lit from is there. Okay, and now we've got one more cell to light, and it certainly can only be lit from itself. And you will see we will have finished this puzzle. Very nice intro to Akari there. This is a, again, like I said, it's kind of a weird genre. I can't think of any genre that I could even say is kind of sort of like Akari. I think Akari is almost a genre unto itself, basically. But thank you for the puzzle from dumediat, and I'll see you next time on Invitation to Puzzles.